Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 2. And if you're just joining and this is just the only day you're attending, don't worry. You're not behind. You're going to totally benefit from today. Welcome. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Leave a comment if you can hear me. And if you're excited for the lesson, let me know if you were on yesterday, if you're grabbing the replay from yesterday. Julia's on. Awesome. Julia, can you hear me? Everything good with the audio? Today, I'm super pumped for today's lesson. I hope you guys are all just excited. The reason I'm pumped is because I know from talking to so many of you, and I know from my own clients, that this is the topic that so many of you want to hear about, have questions about, and are very, very focused on. Right? So I want to talk about this today because this is going to literally change the game for you if you are working on your signature program, confused about your signature program, don't have it figured out yet, don't even know what it is, all of that stuff. So leave in a comment. Oh, good, everybody's here. Awesome. Leave in a comment if you have a signature program, or if you're working on yours, or if you're like, no, I don't have one, I don't know what that is. Or you're like, no, I just don't even want one. Like, leave in the comments where you're at on signature programs. We're going to talk about them on the lesson today. And this topic, the reason why I'm including this in this 3 days is because it's so heavily requested. It's because it's the thing that I get so many questions on. And in this lesson, I'm going to shift how you approach signature programs, especially if you are just trying to get clients. If you're just trying to get those first clients into your coaching practice, I'm going to clear up all the confusion you might have about signature programs, offers, all of that stuff. Alrighty. And so the first thing that I want you guys to understand about signature programs and signature offers is that they're two different things. So a lot of people get confused about signature programs and signature offers and think they're one and the same. And so I want to explain what the difference between an offer and a program is. Your signature offer is what you tell people that you are going to do with them, like what result you are going to help facilitate, okay? So depending on the problem that your specific ideal client has, they're going to want your signature offer because you are the results coach that helps them solve that problem. Right? It's the way you explain how you solve the problem for them. Okay? And it's signature in that it's different than all of the other stuff out there. All right? Your program is what you actually do with your clients. It's like the actual meat of it, like what they get with you. Okay? And so those are two different things. You need to have your offer first. You need to have a signature offer first, not the program. Too many of you guys are flipping that around and working on your programs first. And so we're going to talk about that today. So let's talk about what your clients actually want. All right. I want you to think about all of your ideal clients right now. If you don't have your ideal client figured out right now, that's okay too. Just picture the first person that you envision. If it's your first client, picture that person, what they look like, who they're going to be, what they want. When they wake up in the morning and they have a problem, are they thinking that, man, I really wish I could hire a coach today. I really wish I could find a signature program. No, your clients don't say that. Nobody wakes up and says, I really wish I could hire a coach. They want a transformation. They want to be someplace different. They want to get to something that is different in their life. They want to transform a certain area, so whether it's an area of their health, whether it's their body, their weight, whether it's in their mind, their mental health, they want something to change and they want a transformation. Okay? What makes a signature offer signature is that you're changing their life permanently. Okay? So if you have an offer that's like, I help women lose 10 pounds before the wedding, that's not really a high value signature offer because you're only helping them get to this like temporary change, right? Your signature offer, if it's high value, like a premium offer, is like, I'm going to show you how to make a transformation in your life, meaning you're not going to be the same person you were before. You're going to be this new person, the result that you want. So let's talk about some of the pitfalls. Everybody leave a thumbs up if you're with me and that's making sense about signature offers. They need to transform someone's life. You can't be offering temporary solutions. It needs to be a permanent solution to their problem. Everybody leave me a thumbs up or a yes if you're with me. Pitfalls. What are the pitfalls that people fall into when they're trying to figure out what their program should be, right? How do I put it together? One of the biggest things that I hear from people is that they're not sure if they can help them, or they're like, I'm not sure I can get this person this result, this transformation that they're after. So we're talking about that. So immediately when we're trying to figure this out, if we have a lot of doubts, like maybe we haven't had a client before and we're like, we need to figure out what we're going to do as a coach, what our program is going to look like, we start to fill our programs with a ton of information, right? So we figure out all of the lessons that we're going to teach them. We figure out all of the quizzes they're going to fill out or all of the worksheets we're going to have them do, and we fill our program. If it's a 6 months coaching program, we've got to have like every week figured out, or if it's 12 weeks, it's like I need to figure out what my 12 lessons are going to be, and then I need to figure out what it's going to look like, how they're going to get it, and what all of the worksheets are going to be. Okay, leave me a comment if you've ever felt that way too, like I need to get all of the information out there. I know as a dietitian, and I know you as experts and coaches, you know so many things. Like we know a lot of information about a lot of different things, and so when we want to provide a ton of value, we're like, okay, if this is going to be a signature program and I'm going to charge a lot of money to work with me, I need to give them like all of my stuff. Like I need to give them everything in my brain. I need to like put it in their brain. And so what happens is, unknowingly, our programs become, 70 to 80% teaching, information, learning, lessons, and only 20 to 30% of the program is the client's implementation. So your clients are kind of left trying to put 2 and 2 together and like, okay, that's a lot of information, but what do I actually do? Like, what do I actually eat? How do I actually like move my body? How do I, breathe? Like, what should I be working on? Like, what do I do tomorrow? What do I do? And so the implementation piece gets skipped. And so what happens when we give our clients all of this information, right? Number one, they're going to not get to it. So life is going to come up and they're going to say, come week 4, oh shoot, I didn't watch the lesson from week 4 and I didn't do my worksheet. Or they're just going to feel so overwhelmed. And what happens when we go into overwhelm? We resist and we avoid. How many of you guys have done this in your business when you're overwhelmed by everything going on and all of the information? It's like, okay, I'm just not going to work on my business today. Your clients do the same thing in their own business. And so they're going to fall into overwhelm. Then they're going to fall into shame because now they're failing again at something that they failed at over and over and over again. Their biggest fear is they're going to fail again at this next attempt. Right? If they've been trying to lose weight and they've failed 50 times over, now they're afraid they're going to fail again. And they're proving it to themselves because they're already messed up. And now they're going down in a shame spiral. And instead of like reaching out to you and saying, hey, I'm spiraling out in shame, they avoid you because they feel guilty or they feel like you're going to be mad at them or disappointed in them because they're disappointed in themselves for not getting the work done. Right? But really what happened was they had a challenge come up in life and they couldn't follow the plan, or they had a fight with their husband, or their husband wasn't supportive and something happened and they struggled. And so instead of reaching out to you and saying, this is what happened and this is what I need coaching on, now they don't have space to come to you and get coached so they can get back into implementation. Right? This is what happens so often one of the pitfalls when we focus so much on like, in order for there to be value, I need to make sure I'm giving them enough knowledge. Like I'm giving them enough training and information. All right. Trying to plan and predict every week. trying to plan and predict every week of your program. It is literally impossible to plan and predict your clients' lives 8 weeks from now, right? It falls back into like having all of your weeks figured out and having all the lessons. It's like, if your client doesn't need to talk about why sugar is bad for them that week, and that's the lesson you have planned in your program, then you're not listening to your client about what they're actually going through, what they actually need coaching on. So much of this signature program is based around listening to your clients. You can't do that until you go out and get the clients, right? And then, of course, this is one of the biggest ones, and this is where you're still figuring out your program, or you don't even have a program and you're just selling one-off sessions. Why is this a problem for your clients to sell one-off sessions? Like, why is this not in their best interest? Let me know what you guys think. Right? And it goes back to what your clients actually want. Right? Your clients don't want a session with a coach. They're not like, I'd love to pay for some coaching today. They want a transformation. I don't know about you, but I've never met a human being who can make a life change, like a life transformation in one session. If you know how to do that, you're like the next Jeff Bezos, right? Because human beings need time. They need to integrate what's going on to make habit and behavior change, and they need coaching to work on what's going on up here, right? Because we know they've tried it on their own. We know they've tried Googling stuff. We know they've gotten short-term results with the tactics and the strategies they've tried. But it takes time. It takes coaching to work on what's going on up here. So if you're selling one-off sessions, my advice to you is to investigate why. And maybe it's just because you haven't thought about doing a signature program. Or maybe you're afraid that you don't know how to enroll people into a signature program. Like, how do I get them to say yes? I know they'll say yes to a one-off session, but not a signature program, okay? So I want you to think of it this way. I only offer what is in the best interest of my clients. If it's not in their best interest to just put down some money for one session and then go on their merry way and then never come back, then don't sell them a one-off session. All right, so let's talk about the actual components of a program, and it's very simple. I'm going to simplify everything for you. For those of you, if your brain has been overcomplicating anything, these 3 days we're going to simplify everything. So who do you help? Like, number one, what's the problem that they have? This is like the obvious. You don't help everybody, otherwise you'd have 100 programs. Who do you help? What's the problem they have? So if you help people lose weight, if you help like menopausal women lose weight, right? That's the problem they have. What outcome do they want? Weight loss. All right? Simple. And then what are the core 3 to 5 steps or concepts that they need to have a handle on in order to get to that transformation? Okay? We're not selling them a syllabus for organic chemistry. Your clients don't want that stuff. I promise you. All right. So if you've been rewriting your outline for your program like 100 times and making it oh so complicated, this is not. This is a lifestyle change. What they need to be doing is implementing and getting coaching on what the drama that comes up when they have to go out and implement change. All right. They don't need 20 steps and 100 lessons like we do in OChem. How many of you guys took organic chemistry, by the way? It's terrible. So this is the analogy, right? If your client's over here on island number 1, the 3 to 5 steps is what your offer is telling them. These are the core concepts. These are the things we're going to work on for doing in the program. Once you master these, you will never struggle with how to manage your weight ever again. You'll never be confused about it, and you'll never feel out of control. That is a high-value signature offer, okay? Simple, actionable, 3 to 5 steps, solves their problem forever. So what are the 3 really important components of a signature program, and that apply no matter what the problem is you solve, no matter who your ideal client is? Number 1, strategy. like what they're actually going to practice working on. What is your methodology that you teach? Mindset, right? What is the drama that comes up when they actually have to go and implement on the strategy, and it's hard and it's uncomfortable and they're changing? And is there any accountability and support, right? You're not just selling them, here's my course, go log in, have at it, right? People need coaching. So out of the 3 components, if these are the 3 pillars of your program, and they look a little different for everyone depending on the problem you solve and what tools you use, if these are the 3 pillars, which one do you think is the most important component to add value to make your program high value? What do you think is the most important component? And AKA, it's the component that's going to get them the most success. What do you guys think it is? Which component is going to add the most value, and AKA your clients will pay the most to make the transformation with you? Like, which one do you think is going to get them the most? It's okay to guess wrong. Adrian says mindset. Well, let's think about it. So strategy, how many of your clients could go out and Google something right now? It may not be your methodology and it may not be the best strategy, but they could get some results with it. What would be like, right? So if you have your strategy, it's the best because it gives them the results the longest. It's what they can do forever. But they technically can go out and Google some things. They're like, I think I'm just going to try it on my own. How many of you heard that before? I think I'm just going to try it on my own for a little bit longer. I'm just going to have to keep researching. And that's when your client thinks the problem is they just need more the strategy. That's it. Right? Accountability. How many of your clients can get an accountability buddy? How many of them are like, yeah, my mom keeps me accountable, or my daughter, right? How many of them are like, yeah, I've got an accountability buddy. We're doing this together. I feel really good about it, right? That's something that they can just, okay, make sure you keep me accountable. Make sure I go. Where are they going to go and get the mindset, right? Where are they going to go and get the coaching on the drama that's going on up here? When they have a block and they can't even see it's there, right? Right. Kristen says all of them. Exactly. All of them are important, right? These are the pillars of your program. It should have one of these components. That mindset, you guys, nobody thinks they need to work on their mindset. Everyone's like, oh, mindset, just tell me the strategy. But mindset is the thing that's there when you don't know why you're struggling, right? How many of you have had clients that have come in and then once they get into your program, like they come in and they're on fire, and then by week 5 or 6 they start to dip, or they start to struggle, and then and they start to disappear. So one of the things we coach on a lot in the program is like, what do you do when a client wants to quit? What do you do when a client is like ghosting you, right? We teach all of that in the online coach intensive, right? We coach on mindset all the time so that you're a ninja at it, right? What do you do in your own programs? Like, how many of you have started out in your business and been super on fire? You feel like you're getting all of this momentum. You're like, I'm just in massive action. Things are going well. I've signed my first client. It's amazing. And then all of a sudden, you get like 5 no's in a row on your enrollment calls. Or you can't find any leads anymore. Or, your clients are all quitting on you. Whatever it is, right? And all of a sudden, you're feeling stuck. You're like falling off into this rut where you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm in a funk and I can't seem to pull myself out of it. So why do you need coaching? That's why you need someone to coach you on what's going on, because it happens in here. This is the most important component of transformation. It happens in our business and it happens with our clients. Any single struggle you have in your business, there is a parallel in your client's life that they're struggling with. So if you're afraid to put yourself out there and fail and not get the result that you want in your business, your clients are also afraid that they're going to fail in your program and they're not going to get to Dream Island. They're not going to get the result either, right? So every single thing that you coach yourself through, it's like being a product of your product. Like every single thing that you have to grow into. When we talked about the identity scale yesterday, all of that friction, all of that is mindset, all of the growth that you have to step into, believing that you are the expert now, the expert coach now, is going to make you the coach who facilitates fast transformations in your clients' lives. It's not from having worksheets, quizzes, and lessons and having a fancy website for them to log into to get everything. Right? Everybody wants to know, like, what do I actually logistically need? Like, I need to know what all the logistics are. So let's put over here in a little box. This is all you need to know about deliverability, right? When I first started, I used Dropbox to deliver files to my clients. If I needed to send them something, I put it in a Dropbox folder. Or you can use a Google Drive folder, right? And share it with your clients. Do you know how simple that is? Be very aware of when your brain is overcomplicating things. You can also just email them. You just send them a good old email. Here you go. This is what we talked about in our call today. Or, these are your action steps for next week. This is what I want you to work on. Or you can have a membership site, right? Once you get farther along into your practice, you have consistent income, you're growing and scaling, you can add a membership site. This is really all you need to actually deliver the information. It's not complicated. And here's a pro tip. When a client signs up with you, because I know you guys want like the actionable stuff. When a client signs up with you, the second they say yes, if you're not talking to them, if they're not starting till like next week, you need to give them something to actually start working on. Like as soon as they start up, it's like, here's your first assignment. And it's not going to be like, here, I'm going to send you my lesson on this. It's go watch it. No, like your clients have just made a huge decision to change their lives. They're like feeling all of the feels, right? How many of you guys have done that before? It's scary. You're feeling feels. You have a human brain. It's normal. So they need to be in action. You need to get them going in the program. So what kinds of things can you guys do to get your clients in action right away in your program? What are some things? Not lessons, not learning, not more like teaching, but what are some implementations you can get them going on right away? Could be as simple as filling out an onboarding, like here, I'm going to send you this form, go through it and spend some time thinking about, like the things that apply to you, because maybe if you're creating like a custom strategy for them, putting together a protocol for them that's customized to them, you need that information. That's something they can actually go and take action on to feel like they're moving forward. The last thing you want them to do is stay where they're at. All right, it's a little pro tip for you. All right, some of this could just be like breathing exercises. Like I want you to practice just sitting, like it depends on what it is you do, right? It could be learning how to sit with yourself and breathe, right? Yeah, tell them all the reasons why they're doing this. Exactly, Kristen. All right, program pricing. This is the one that everybody wants to know. What do I put in my program so that I can charge these high prices? I hear you talking about these signature prices. How do I make my program, high value? How do I know how to price my program? So first of all, what I want everybody to hear today, if you only hear one thing about signature programs today, this is what I want you to hear. Stop selling your clients programs. Stop selling them a program. I don't care if it's a 6-month program or a 3-month program. Nobody wants to buy a program, right? Nobody wants to spend $2,000 for a 3-month program. You're not selling them the program. You're selling them the transformation. You're selling them the rest of their life. You're selling them the next 20, 30, 40 years of their life if they make this change with you. So when you're thinking about the price, what is the price of the next 20, 30, 40 years of their life? Now it becomes a different conversation. So many of you are thinking, when you're talking about pricing, you're thinking, what am I worth? What do I feel good about people paying me? because they're paying me to give me money to work with me. Your clients are not paying you, they're investing in their transformation. And so if you have any drama come up around asking people for money or charging people to work with you, this is another one I hear. I feel guilty about asking people to pay me, because if I'm a coach, I should just want to help people for free. I really want you to think about that. That to me is such a shame for your client, right? Because your client wants to value their transformation, and you're saying like, no. Your transformation, you should not value that at all. It's free. What? If a client comes to me and invests into their transformation, I am so excited. I'm like so happy for them, because guess what? They value their transformation. I'm so excited that they get to invest into that, and that this is the time in their life where they're getting committed and they're taking this transformation seriously, and it's something that they value. I'm happy because I value it too, and I'm happy for them that they're valuing it. I get so excited for them because I know the transformation that's available to them when they make that change, right? So if you have drama around asking for money or even getting paid to help people make a transformation, you're not valuing the transformation, or you're not recognizing that's what they're actually investing in. You're thinking they're investing in 3 months with you, 12 coaching sessions, the lessons you're putting together. I really want you guys to think about that. And it all goes back to the coaching and the transformation they're going to make in your coaching, right? Because if the transformation came from the lessons, they wouldn't need a coach to help them with everything going on in their mind when they're making the change, right? They wouldn't need a coach to help them with that transformation. All right, so what is a high ticket program? Like, what is considered high ticket? To me, high ticket is anything over 1K. Like, this is kind of like the low, like, end of high ticket is like 1K. However, that's where my clients start. Like, they start at like 1K, 2K. Some of them are selling for 3K plus, right? Colleagues selling their health coaching packages for $6,500 and 7K, right? But 1K, that's high ticket, right? However, depending on where you're at, you're like, well, what do I charge? Like, how do I figure out what the package should be? The value of your program is priceless, right? What is the dollar amount on a total transformation having their life back? There is no price, and your clients know that if they know they're investing in a transformation. If your clients come to you and they're like, well, why should I pay 1K with you when I can get the same thing down the street for cheaper? That's how you know that you haven't positioned, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow on how to enroll clients. You haven't positioned your transformation, your solution, your signature offer about the transformation. You haven't sold them the transformation. You've sold them the features and benefits of your program, and their brain is like, yeah, I can get all those features and benefits from any other coach. And now they're price shopping you against all of the coaches and trainers who have their like $49 programs online, right? It's such a saturated market. Like, look, all these coaches on these coaching websites where they're listed, I'm a coach and here's my session. It's $30 a session, $50, $100, and they're just price shopping people. You're not selling sessions with you. You're not selling a program. Your client is deciding whether they're committing to a transformation, and then the program becomes priceless. So what is your price? The price is the price that you can say out loud without having drama about it, right? What is that price for you? Like, what can you say out loud and offer to someone without having this like triggering emotional reaction? Like, I hear it sometimes on my clients' calls when I'm like listening to their consults. In the beginning, like that first one, I'll hear like a little bit of an energy shift when it's time to talk about money, right? So if you're having drama around price, you need to find the price that you can confidently say without having drama, because your clients will feel that from you. Again, they're borrowing that certainty from you. So they don't know you're having drama about your price, They just feel the energy is not confident and certain. And the biggest thing they want to know is that they're going to get the transformation. Their biggest fear is they're going to fail again and they're not going to get it. So if you're telling them it's 1K and they also feel like for some reason they might fail and they might not get it, there's no way they're ever giving you $1,000. Okay? So what is the price that you can say? Is it $497? Like maybe you got to start like, you know, low. But don't judge yourself about it. You're going to get the confidence and certainty up when you move across the identity scale. All right? So that is what I have to say about pricing. I know we're out of time for today. So what did we talk about today? Just to recap with you guys, we talked about what is the difference between a signature program and your signature offer, right? You don't need to have your signature program done and completed, right? Because your clients are not robots. They're not clones. They're going to come to you and tell you what they need coaching on over those 3 steps that they're going to learn in your program. The things that are going to come up, their challenges are what you're going to coach on, right? The offer is all you need. You need to know what your signature offer is. How am I explaining at a kindergarten clear level to my client who has a block on this issue, the very simple way we're going to fix this forever? That's your signature offer, okay? And then we talked about the pitfalls of a signature program. Most important, valuable part of your program is having mindset. If you don't have a solid practice for helping them through their drama when they have to make change, you need to get a solid mindset component of your program. And then pricing your program. It literally does not have to be drama, okay? What is the price that you feel confident and asking for, knowing that they're not paying you and they're not investing in your program for 12 weeks, they're investing into a transformation. What is that worth and what feels really good for you? All right, my friends, was this helpful for you? Did this clear up any of the drama that you have or uncertainty you have around signature programs? The deliverability of your program, nobody cares. Your clients literally do not care if you use Dropbox, email, Gmail, what it looks like, if it's just a plain Google Doc or if it's a fancy Canva with all of your brand colors. Nobody cares. They're not even going to do the worksheet anyway. They're going to come and get coaching from you if you give them the space to come and get coaching from you on the things you go and tell them to implement. Your program should be like 80% implementation of your 3 core concepts. Okay, don't give them 100 things to implement. Give them 1 thing first. Is this helpful for you? I hope this was transformational for you guys. This is one of the biggest topics that I know coaches go back and forth with. You know, what does their program look like? What are they offering? Am I missing something? Is my program not high value enough? It's not about the features and benefits of the program. It's about their transformation. You guys can all figure this out today. Like, you can take an hour, give yourself an hour and figure it out. What are the core things? What is my methodology? What are the 3 basic things or 5 basic things that they need to have a handle on to have this figured out for the rest of their life? What's the first thing? That's step 1. You can write that out today and be done. And you can go to anybody, anywhere, whether you're in the middle of the Amazon jungle, and explain it to them perfectly. All right? Tomorrow we're going to talk about making offers, how to find clients, making offers, all those things. I'm not sure if you guys can still see me. Can you guys still see me? Let me know in the comments below. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.